Hi, everybody. I'm sitting here today with my shades on, sitting with my back to the window because I have an eye infection. I got pink eye from little Nick, and the sun absolutely kills my eyes. Last weekend, I was literally blind. My right eye was swelled shut, so I'm still being, putting in the drops and everything, and it's still painful to look at the bright lights, so I've got my shades on. But Vinny made a video called When Guys Were Guys. And I wanted to kind of touch on that from a woman's perspective. Vinny did a good job, but he needed a woman's perspective. Okay. First of all, like I made a comment on his video, the effemination or however you want to call it of men, the names, I think has a lot to do with it. It's like now people are naming their sons Hayden, Peyton, Caden, Jaden, Dart Hayden. They're just taking Den and adding some sound in front of it, and it does sound very, I have a grandson named Camden, and I asked my daughter, I said, did you picture him going to interior design school when you named him? Landon, see, another Den, but that's not too awful bad. I mean, that does sound that sounds like a boy, but whatever happened to the names, and these are good names. My favorite boy name of all time has always been Terry. That is a good, solid name. It sounds like a boy. Terry, Gary, Steve, even Eric, they're Michael, Tim, Jimmy. There's a lot of good boy names that people just don't name their sons anymore. I mean, like my dad built the Red Stadium and the US Bank Arena and everything, and he had a man's name. His name was Butch. Well, he has a boy's name. He's not dead yet. But his brothers were Russ, Ray, and Kenny. Even Kenny. Kenny's one of my favorite boy names too. I love that name. It's cute. But it sounds like a boy. It says in the Bible in the last days men would be effeminate. And I think that it has to do with the trying to demoralize America. I mean, as far as like the soldiers, would you rather have a soldier named Gary or Caden? I mean, come on. Or who would you want to, lay your driveway? A Rocco or a Dartaden? I don't know what my cousin actually named her son Dartaden. Dartaden Hooley. Girl, what were you thinking? That is the most ridiculous, dumbest name I've ever heard. Dartaden Hooley. We're going to have a whole generation of truck drivers named Peyton. And I don't know. It's just, back in the day, and People magazine in 2000, they did the 20s or the 10 sexiest men of the 20th century, and they had these little effeminate, pretty boy. A lot of them were male models. Okay, I sent People magazine my own 10 most sexiest men of the 20th century, and number one on that list was my boy, the showstopper, the heartbreak kid, Shawn Michaels. He was number one on that list. Number two on the list was Lorenzo Lamas. hurt me. Ladies, am I right? He played it on the Renegade. Oh man, I'm not meaning to lust after the man's flesh, but he is a purdy man. And Sam Elliott was number 3. Remember in Mask? He was Cher's boyfriend, Gar. Cher was one lucky broad in that movie. At the time, I would have given my eye teeth to trade places with her for just 20 minutes. That is a pretty man. Or this boy back here, this is Sergei Lipinets. He is a welterweight boxer. Now tell me that he's a boxer. And he has a name. It's a man's name, Sergei. Come on, tell me that ain't one pretty boy up there. He is a welterweight boxer. He's 10-0 with 8 knockouts. That is impressive. He is definitely not a sissy. And that's attractive. I like attractive men's men. You know, I once heard some male chauvinists say that the badges of a real woman is stretch marks. Okay, well, to me, the badges of a real man are rough calluses on their hands. That shows that a man has a strong work ethic. That is sexy. Again, I'm not lusting after anybody's flesh. I mean, come on. If I crawled into bed with any man that pointed to a corner or any man that I thought was slightly attractive, I would do nothing else. You know, I'm not talking about that. But who else? Sam Shepard. Sam Shepard played in Steel Magnolias, Dolly Parton's husband. Pretty man, good-looking man, but he is a man. He sounds like a man. And none of these guys that I have ever seen walk around all limp-wristed and, you know, I hate seeing these young boys. I'll see them come into my building and they'll have their woman, their girlfriend or wife or whoever, they will be carrying the packages and the guy will be walking around like my ex-boyfriend Earl, walking around on their phone and I'll say, hey, open the package for her. I do it to Nick all the time. I'm like, when we go and come into my building, he likes to use my little electronic key to get in the main door. You know, he likes to play with that. He thinks it's cool. So I said, you know, you can open the door, but you stand back. A real man stands back and lets the lady come in first. Then you come in. And he likes doing that. I don't have a problem with really getting on him about it. My grandson, he's starting to be a little wise guy. You know, he's 13 now. Landon is. And I kind of have to bust his chops a little bit more than I used to. But Nick is still at the age where he still has respect for adults. But anyway, we need to be instilling that more in our sons and grandsons, you know, opening the doors for the ladies, letting the lady go first. Let them know that chivalry is a good thing. There is nothing attractive, there is nothing honorable about a young boy who makes his woman or makes his grandma hold the door open for him. No, guys, that's not attractive. And, you know, it's just a sign of the times. It's just a sign of the times that, you know, in these days that we live in, I think everything is going to be topsy-turvy and be backwards. I don't think that there's any hidden agenda like Anthony Morris says that, oh, these homosexual clothing designers want you in tight pants. I think they just, you know, they go by what sells, okay? But that's just a sign of the times. Things are going to be topsy-turvy and not the way they're supposed to be. So, anyway, like I said, I wanted to give my opinion about a woman's perspective of when guys were guys. I personally, as a woman, would like to see more of that stuff come back. So anyway, you all have a good day, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Love ya. Bye.